experience playing Vash from Trigun?
Vash and Trigun? It was a lot of fun. It was my first anime role, and it was, thank you. It was scary. It was fun. It was exciting. Had great directors. The story, the show was fun. You know, it was a nice change from Power Rangers because I called myself the background ranger. It's, you know, like Tommy, right? You know, whatever, and Kimberly, and I was just back in the back, like just waiting for right. Let's do it. It's more done. So I didn't really do that much until like Theo or Turbo. Okay, yes.
I've been a really big fan since you've done Power Rangers, and I love all your voice acting work, and I especially love you when you voiced for Yukimura Sanada in Sengoku Basara. And I've been so excited for you coming here, and I made a special picture for you, and I want you to sign it, please.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
You have a Sharpie? I got a gold one here. Okay, alright, please, what's your question?
Mike.
Hey man, I told you. No. I don't know if I can do pictures after this. You know, I would love to, but if I take pictures with you, I have to take pictures with everyone, and they want me out of this room. You know, like I really wouldn't have a problem at all. But if you go to the concert, after the concert, I think they're gonna let me take all the pictures. Brenda, well, if you're there, then and you want a picture, then I'll take a picture with you. I think they're gonna let us stay in there until we get everybody. So that's the goal at least. All right, I don't know what those pictures you're holding up are, but yeah, if you got a question, go for it.
Oh God, this is rather nerve-wracking. Two questions then. First, from you playing Adam in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and then time skips several years later, and when you returned back in Power Rangers Operation Overdrive and Once a Ranger, how did it feel to be back in the suit?
It was tighter than I remember. I think I was a little chunkier. Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it was fun. I had a good time. It was fun going to New Zealand, and you know, and the script felt very similar as far as the story and writing. It wasn't like deep stories or anything, but I was able to play the character a little bit better because I was, you know, much more seasoned as an actor at that point. And you have another question?
Can you sign my Anime Expo book?
Yes. I don't even think you listened to my first answer. He asked it and he was like, another question? Ichigo mask.
Hi Johnny, my name's Adrian. When I was little, my dream was to become a Power Ranger. Like, I had the old Sega Genesis game, and like that was my dream. And that got me into Taekwondo, which I am now thankfully an instructor of it, and I love teaching my kids and everything.
Nice.
And getting to know you through the years is not just, you know, the Black Ranger, but then being like, you know, one of my favorite animes for being Bleach. It's like, I love that story and everything that it means and what you say and whatnot. And I wanted to know, like, I'm in acting right now. I go to college and I'm an acting major. But as much as I love being on stage, it's like, I feel maybe voice is more my path, kind of like yours. And I was going to say or ask, if you don't mind, I mean, not to waste these people's time, like maybe afterwards, if you could spend 5 minutes and just, I don't know, tell me your process, what you had to do, how was it like, what tips you can give me or help.
It's a lot. That's like a whole other panel. I mean, you should have came to the Bang Zoom thing. They had a few things going on there about voiceover and whatnot. In fact, if you want your shot to audition for a real anime, they're holding auditions at their booth in the dealer's room. So you should go over there and give it a shot. That's probably the biggest tip I could give you is to get an audition. And they're holding actual auditions here. So that's your chance. That's any of your chances to get in, to potentially get into an anime. You know, it's like if I didn't go to that first audition for Power Rangers, I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't be here. You know, if I didn't say, okay, yeah, I'll audition for Trigun or whatever, then I wouldn't be here. So they're giving you an opportunity, that I can't even give you. You should just go and do it. Any one of you that thinks you can voice act or wants to, go sign up at 10 in the morning at their booth. 10 in the morning at their booth, and they'll let you audition. Seriously. But just be yourself. Whatever the line is, just be yourself. Play it the way you feel like you would play it.
Gotcha. Right.
We have time for about 2 more questions.
I have time for 2 more questions, guys.
Hey, Johnny.
Okay, let's see. Sure, what's your question, ma'am? Yeah.
Could you sign my...
Okay. No more of the signing questions, though. If you have an actual question, because we want to get to some. All right, what's your actual question? What? What's your question?
I have a question.
After you run Power Rangers stuff and all that stuff, do you ever got interested in being curious about where it originated, from other Toku shows, the Zoo Ranger and stuff?
Was I interested in other Power Ranger stuff?
No. What I'm saying is my Morphin Power Ranger came from Zoo Ranger. Did you ever get a chance to watch it?
Did I watch any of the original Japanese Power Ranger stuff, the Sentai stuff?
Yeah.
The only one that, I watched some of, Zeo, right? Our version, it was called Zeo. The only, when we were doing Zeo, you can sit down, sir. Because I think this is going to take up the rest of our time, guys. But let me tell you the story and then we'll be done here. But thank you so much. And I do have if you see in the booklet, there's a BEX panel, I think. There's a screening and there's a panel afterwards. Come there and ask questions there, and I can ask whatever, you can ask whatever questions I think I can answer. But anyway, so on Zeo, right, Power Rangers, it's cheesy. I thought, oh, maybe I should try to give it a shot writing it. How hard could it be, right? And so I went up to the writers, I was like, hey, can I see some of it? Can I write an episode? And they're like, sure, but here, you gotta watch one of the episodes from Japanese, and you basically have to write around the footage and use, because, we use some of that stock footage from Japan because it saves the money. And so I started watching this episode from what we called Zeo, and there's it's a water faucet monster. So he had a big faucet, on his head, and he's, right, and he'd spray water, right? And so there's a scene where he's in this factory or something, and the Rangers rush in and they're looking around for him, and he's like, and he turns his faucet on, he's spraying the Rangers, and the Rangers are like, and it cuts back to the monster, he's spraying them, and they're like, back and forth like this, and you see the water on them, and then he's laughing, and cuts back to them, and the water, and then, it's something to Power Rangers, the water starts to turn darker, and it starts to turn dirty looking, and yellowy, and it's ew, that's gross, and then it cuts back to the monster, and he's got his fly down, and there's another faucet, and he's peeing on the Rangers, and it's oh, what? And I'm how do you write around? And then from that point, I was forget it. I don't want to write anything. I don't know what. Am I going to write an episode where they're peeing on Rangers? Kids all over the world. You guys probably saw when Power Rangers were kicking each other, right? And then you were I'm going to kick my brother or whatever. And you see, peeing on Rangers, you'd be oh, you pee like that. Peed on the Blood Ranger. So that would have been pretty lame. Anyhow, I want to thank you guys. I think that's it for my time. Is that right? I really appreciate you guys coming. You're all coming. There's autographs tomorrow. Please come to the autographs. I don't think that they're going to cap it, so if you're in that line, you'll most likely get an autograph. If not, come to our concert and take pictures and sign or whatever.